With the holiday season around, it's time to head to Dollar Tree and grab some of these inexpensive foam boards. In fact, first thing I gotta do is put all of the foam that I have up against the window. I'm gonna lay it on its side or straight up. It's gonna give me kind of an idea of what I wanna do. This one is a snowman. I did a silhouette with a projector and just put it right across the first foam board. Just outline all of it right around the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to get a good outline, and that way it's easier to cut out. Place some cardboard under the foam board, and you can use an X-Acto knife or any kind of razor knife to cut through. Best thing to do is go slow, be careful, these knives are sharp. Just go ahead and start cutting all the way around the edges. Doesn't have to be exact, but just go ahead and cut. Make sure you get all the way through. There's nothing more frustrating than not being able to get it out. So once you cut it through, take little sections out at a time. That makes it a lot easier, especially on these bigger projects. On this next one, this is a bunny rabbit that we have that's standing up on its hind legs. I'm using a different knife on this one just to demonstrate that you don't have to stick with just the X-Acto knife. So we'll cut out the whole thing right around the edges, and we'll just pop that rabbit out. If any edges stick, just use your knife, cut it around, and then just give it a pop. These foam boards come across and come apart nice and easy. Next thing we got to do is we're going to put these silhouettes right up against the window. It doesn't take much, but I'm going to use some white tape for this. That way it doesn't show against the white background. So take the tape, circle it up on each other. It doesn't take much. For this one, I just needed 2 of them, and I'm going to place it in the window. Now, something I noticed was when I put lights behind my silhouette, the lights will show through. So take some black or royal blue and paint the back side of your silhouettes. Now, this might look like a mess, but it actually has a rhyme and a reason for it. Take those lights, these are 20-foot strands, and place it all up in the back of the silhouettes. Not too close to the edges, but as you can see, this is a test, and it's going to look really good. The next thing we got to do is put another layer on. I took 4 pieces of the foam board, put them together with white tape, then did a cutout of a large Christmas tree, and then put it on there. Now this one doesn't stick exactly against the window, but holds up a little bit because we're going to put a little bit of a shadow in there. Once we do this, we're going to head outside and we're going to see what it looks like with it lit up. So here we go. With the lights on, you can see it. We added a little bit of blue behind the Christmas tree. There it is. And look at this. So amazing. Just lights it up for everybody out on the street to see. I hope this inspired you to build your own holiday window silhouette. With Halloween fast approaching, I got a window up front that seems a little bare. First thing I did was get the blinds off. I want to open it up for this project. Next, I want to take from Dollar Tree some black foam board. What I'm going to do is put all of this all over the window. Now, I only need it in sections where I'm going to outline or draw for the window sketch. In the middle, where my biggest project is going to go, I'm going to go ahead and double up. Between the foam boards, if they're together, you want to make sure you tape the seams. That way it comes down together. This foam board is just not tall enough, so I had to add a little bit of an extra section for the witch's hat right there. I'm also going to cover up every little square that I want some of my sketch to go. So I'm going to cover both sides, top and bottom. Also want to make sure that I cover the top window because I got a little surprise I want to add in there. Once I get everything in place that I need it, I'm going to turn on my projector. Not all of us are great artists, so I'm going to use this projector as a little bit of a cheat. I went on the internet and used one of my favorite search engines to do any searching for Halloween, silhouette, pumpkins, anything that's scary but easy to sketch out. There's plenty to choose from. In fact, there's thousands. Especially on this witch, I want to make sure I get the pointy nose, and I loved how it was doing the cauldron. You can use your projector to go in, out, make it any size you want. Once you got it all lined out, go ahead and take the foam board off, and then we've got to cut it. I went ahead and put some cardboard underneath so I don't cut through the table, and then I use an X-Acto knife. Give it a firm press and cut out all along the lines. Don't try to do too much at a time and go slow. want to make sure that you're not going to cut your hands or anything, especially on these lines like these whiskers. You want to be very delicate so that you don't cut through. I'm going to go ahead and just go through all of the outlines right there. This is an easier sketch than some. The more complicated, yeah, it's going to look good in your window, but you're not there to overwhelm. We just want to greet all those trick-or-treaters when they come up. Once you get it all cut out, go ahead and slice a few extra sections at a time. That way you're not trying to pop out too much. Go ahead and cut littler strips and you can pull those out. Now, when it comes time to the tape that you put on the seam, no worries. Just go ahead and cut straight through that also. It will just come right out. Once you get it all cut out and it's looking good, turn it over, and I use a black electrical tape on the other side of the seam that will be facing the outside. That way it holds it together. Put the silhouette back up in the window, and here's the catch. How are you going to set it to the window? We're going to take some of that black electrical tape, fold it over on itself, and put it against the window and the foam board and press it together. Now it's time for the orange lights. Take those, unravel them, and we're going to go up and down the back side of the silhouette. We don't want the lights to show, but what you can do, make sure they're close to the outside without sticking over. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You're going to get a magical glow no matter what. It's going to look great. I put the shutters back up. Here we go. It lights up beautiful. And at the top, I went ahead and added a bat with a different color. This silhouette just turned out amazing with our big window in the front. All those trick-or-treaters that are coming up, getting treats, are going to be greeted by this wonderful art display. And the great thing about it is you can save it for next year.